Hey guys, what's up? Light here, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm very glad to bring you some mouse gameplay. It's a tank that I've been playing a lot recently, and man, it's the easiest tank for beginner players and expert players to maneuver around the map in without having too much care, I'd say. Like, it's just so easy to play. I did have some videos scheduled to go out before this, but unfortunately, since the gameplays are longer, like 8-9 games, it was too much for the iPad and the storage wouldn't handle it. So when I finished screen recording, it wouldn't save the screen recording. And I tried deleting stuff on the iPad and all, since, like, you know, I have my phone and stuff, and sometimes the stuff is merged with iCloud, so that stuff took a lot of space. But after deleting all that stuff, I still could not afford the space in the iPad to do any more than 6 games, which I have for you today. 6 games in the mouse. Unfortunately, I did try my best for 2 videos before this, maybe a week or 2 in a row, but it didn't cut it out. So I think after this, I'm gonna start maybe streaming so I could save space, live streaming, and also streaming gameplay videos for a specific tank. So I'm gonna try that. I'm not gonna obviously be crazy with the uploads, but I'm gonna be consistent on that, at least, you know, like once a week or something. But yeah, look out for that. So I mean, you didn't really miss anything here in the gameplay so far with my rambling, but I'm just gonna push forward here in Dead Real, knowing that they have 3 TDs before they set up for clear shots in me. I just want to push, right? I want my teammates to get really good shots, and you're gonna see in the whole gameplay I do get trolled by the mouse gun a bit. But I mean, if you're not fully aimed in and you're moving like you see here, man, shells just go under tanks like crazy. So you just have to kind of like stop for a little bit and put some shots like clearly, if you have the time, which I do now. Like, there's no one shooting me or anything, and I'm not getting pressured by anything. So this is definitely more than capable for me to just aim in my shots, which I wasn't for those 2 shells. And because the mouse accuracy isn't the best, you know, those shells did not hit. But as you see, we pressured really good here, right? Where I can only get shot by the BZ, and if the E4 pushes over that mouse. So I'm extremely safe here, knowing that the BZ doesn't have the best penetration with the bigger gun. And I can bait some shots out here with the E4. He decides to shoot HE just because I'm a hard pen. And again here, man, I get trolled by the mouse gun too often. I aimed for the track, but towards the left side, and it hit the far right end. So of course I didn't get damage on that. But I'm gonna finish him here, aim it in a little bit more, and now I can isolate this E4 now that we're tied on a number of kills. I'm gonna angle on my way up here, giving him a tougher shot, thinking it's gonna be easy for him, but in retrospect, pretty hard, just looking at that. And I'm just gonna auto pen this guy and just angle my armor. Not 45 degrees, just because it's a little too much, but he ends up shooting me with HE and sets me on fire, which is a very good play by him. I think he should elect to keep shooting HE, so let's see what he does. I'm going to angle really good to him here. I'm going to put an AP there on the left side, just being aware if the BZ is going to shoot me or not, but also keeping my angle. One thing I do want to point out here, right? If you don't play with the lookout bar, you need to with the mouse, and not just with the mouse in general. If you're not playing with the lookout bar, you're putting yourself in a disadvantage, not only with angling and looking around you and being more aware, just in general with movement and, you know, like your tank turret rotation and all. It shouldn't be rotating while you're looking around the map. And yeah, just look out for that if you're a newer player or someone who's never played with the lookout bar. It's a must-have for the mouse and just in general for your gameplay. So the 6'8" knows he has a tough shot on me, so he elects to shoot HE, which thank God it doesn't finish me. But what I'm going to do now is just back off. I'm going to let him over push because I know I have my TD coming from A, looking at the minimap, and let's see what he can do. So he's telling the object to go, which is obviously the correct play. It's 3 TDs. It's crazy. The amount of TDs I saw in this gameplay, and we're gonna see even more with the next update, as they're gonna buff the Fosh, buff the whole re. The WZ is gonna stay the same, so it's gonna be a pretty much TD dominant meta. And yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be like in pubs, because TD players in general aren't the best, but We'll see how that pans out. So as you saw, the accuracy on the mouse, in any other tank you'd probably hit those prior shots on the 268, but because it's a mouse, you really just have to aim in all the way, like you saw at a complete stop when I hit the cupola of the 6.8 between the 704. But yeah, it looks like the Hori was having trouble killing the tier 9 TD, so hopefully he can finish that and we end the game. So as you see, I mean, if you just push into good positions in the mouse, have some decent cover. You don't need the best cover either. If you're good at angling and all, you could suffice with maybe a couple tanks max, just covering you. Even one is fine if it's like you're not too outnumbered. But yeah, get in a safe position, let them overcommit to you, have some decent crossfire from your teammates, and there we go. We got the ace on the first game, which is awesome, to be honest. It's a very good start for the gameplay. You're gonna see all these games, I mean, I played overly aggressive, which is how I play my mouse. I mean, it's how to be an effective mouse player, you know, especially in pubs. And you also don't want to be too aggressive, as in like just YOLO without any cover or just like in bad positions, because yeah, you can be great at angling and all, but you can't angle from 7, 6, 5 tanks, you know. So also be aware of where you're pushing and where your team is. That's why the lookout bar is important. I was trying to type here. I don't know if it's a glitch, but I could type while I'm moving, but for some reason it keeps stopping my tank while I type. So I'm just gonna take my time typing there since it stopped me. Anyways, I don't know if it's a new glitch or something with the update. I haven't tried it because I don't really type in public matches, but yeah, we'll see. And for some reason, as you see, my ping is spiking to like triple digits for some reason here and there. So I think the server is a bit unstable. Maybe that could be it. Like my ping is usually 40, 30. It's like dipping from like 110, 80, 90. So it's unusually high for this gameplay, but I feel pretty good. Angle away from the Progetto. I don't want to turn my turret. I'm looking at the BZ, and you know, the more safer play is not to push from the right, since the mediums will have crossfire on me, crossing in maybe like 4 or 5 shots. So I'm just gonna back off, and I'm gonna play really slow here. What I'm gonna do first initially is see if I can get some shots in the 6-8. But then I realized he's on the other side, like, of the factory. He's not in the factory. So I like to see where the BZ is, and then I'll go in slowly here. Just side scrape off and to give him a harder shot to pen than just going full on side on and giving him a free shot. So I put a shot in the BZ track. He's stuck there, and I'm just gonna go to work. I pop my adrenaline. I see the Sheridan's going in and aiming at me, but he doesn't have the best pen, so I'm not sure why he's even taking this shot. But I'll take it. I mean, I angle to him. It would have been way better for him to shoot HE, especially since he has a higher alpha gun. I was gonna shoot here, right? I had the shot there, but I didn't want to risk a bounce when I can just have a clear shot in front of me. I just wanted to display some discipline here for myself, because the mouse gun trolls me from like, you know, just regular face-to-face confrontations, and I didn't want to take a shot like that when I can have a guarantee in front of me. So putting a shot on the 6-8 as he bounces me, and I'm gonna like to take a shot here, but he bounces somehow. I guess he didn't aim it that well, and I'm gonna take my time here and aim in and get the kill here. There's no reason to rush the shot. Again, since the mouse shot is pretty bad at snapshotting, unless somehow you're just not using your sniper mode, because the auto aim shots with the mouse go insane, I'm not gonna lie. So here on the E50M, I helped my 268 version 4 finish the kill there. Now we're just thinking about winning, right? So we're down like 2 kills to 4. Now I'm slowly climbing up 3 to 4. And I'm gonna see if I can just pre-aim this E4. I wanted to put pressure on that Progetto, distract them a bit so the Sheridan could have a free flank, and the Sheridan is probably gonna take care of him. So I just need to worry about what's in front of me. I'm ready for the 3 tanks left. The Sheridan just shot. He had a pretty nice shot. I didn't realize he had a shot at me from that distance, but I'm just gonna angle in front of the E4, give him a tough shot. He bounces. I put in a track shell there, stop him for a little bit, make him waste a repair kit. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fake, I'm gonna go inside since I know the Sheridan wants to flank me. I'm gonna back off, just a bit. Get a snapshot going here. It's not the most accurate, but it does hit some snapshots. So you don't want to take them unless you have to, which I did there, just to give my Sheridan an easier shot. In case he does low roll against him, now there's no wave that he can low roll. Even with HE, he can just finish him. So I gave the Sheridan the easier shot for him to go eliminate the Sheridan, and I can just take care of the C4 before the 183 gets behind me and just shoots me for AP or something. So I'm gonna just turn around here. I'm thinking that the 183 was gonna run away. I was just gonna go Cat B, but he's right behind me, so this is perfect for us. Here, again, I don't like going for snapshots, but I know that the 183 is gonna take a faster shot than me, and I don't want to just sit there and aim it in. So just put that one out there, and I put another one there in front of him. As you see, he's a very smart player though. He knows the Sheridan's flanking and he eliminates him. So what I'm gonna do now is, since the 183 is almost equally as slow as the mouse, I can easily catch up to him and get the kill shot there for a Pools medal. No, not a Pools medal. It's a Radley Walters, yeah, for 5 kills. I almost forgot the name. But yeah, I got a Radley Walters there, 5.6k, and a back-to-back ace. You love to see it with some pretty good bounces, over 3k. So if you're not bouncing in the mouse, then you're playing it wrong, 100%. And if you want to practice your angling, play things that don't affect your stats. If you're someone that plays for stats or win rate or what have you, go to a ratings match if you want to play against actual players. But if you have some people to help you out, or if you know people, just get in a training room, practice with them, and see the best angles against different tanks and their penetrations, and where you can be the most effective in angling. So here in Canal, I see they have no TDs, so I'm just going to book it straight. I'm just going to bully everything in front of me, and I'm not going to give any care in the world. Again, as you see the bottom left, my ping went to triple digits again. I guess, I mean, I have great Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure if it's just the servers. But again, I don't care. I just wanted to point that out because I didn't notice that in the gameplay, to be honest. I wasn't looking at my ping or FPS at all. Those are things I never look at. My eyes are usually on the minimap and in front of me, like what I'm looking at. So I'm going to push up with this heavy on the right side of me. I love the pressure that the i7 is giving to the E5 with me, so pretty good teammate there. And since they have the corner, I'm going to do this for free. Essentially, get a kill here. Not a kill. Get a shot there in the E5. I thought the E5 shot me. That was a pretty big misplay by me. I thought he shot me, so I didn't angle to him. But it was a 62 that shot me. So he shoots again. I was at an angle where he's probably going to shoot my track, but you know, the mouse has enhanced track armor, where you used to be able to pen it before. And again, just per my angling at this guy, on the move, finish him. And it's Canal, right? So the mouse is very uncomfortable to play on Canal, but if you just bully things, knowing where the team's going to go with the right lineups, you can have a game like this where it's not going to be terrible, and you can probably be highest on the damage, depending on your movement. So here, right, I'm thinking the Yo was AFK, so I was going to go back to spawn since I didn't spot him. But here he is, so I'm going to line up a shot, aim as much as I can before he turns the corner. And the mouse is redeeming itself with its shot capability, so I'm going to see and try to find this 62A, and he's actually going to just give us a free shot here. And what I'm going to do is probably just book it to D, since I know that the 62A is probably going to get eliminated. So here they eliminate our STB, but I put an HE shot on the WZ since that thing has literally 0 armor. So I'm just going to go straight ahead to D. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get any more damage, just due to the fact that he's not going to run in front of me probably. And he's probably going to get clipped out and comboed with the i7 here. So he's at a one shot now. Again, I don't want to snapshot even if it's like 5 meters away. So I'd take literally like 1 more millisecond to shoot that. But the E100 was already pre-aimed. So if I just would have like shot as soon as I saw the silhouette, maybe I would have had the kill. But it's not a given with the mouse gun. Like even things point blank range, they just, I don't know where they go. So 3.5k, I mean, I consider that a pretty good game in Canal, just due to the fact that it's so hard to farm damage in the mouse on Canal, because you have to travel so far, and there's mediums that can just circle you left and right. But I had a really good team. I think we won both sides of the map, or we held the right, we won the left. So by the time the right was getting killed and like getting lost, we were just able to help them. So pretty good team we had there. And the teams in general have been much better since the matchmaking revert. They reverted the matchmaking back to normal. And I'm glad that this gameplay didn't go perfectly, because I can show you through my mistakes as well what not to do as well. So here I'm just like, again, I barely type in pubs, but man, like when I have some really bad maps, sometimes I do type, or like when someone makes like a weird joke or something, I'll just like give a rebuttal or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go straight here to the left, to the heavy side, just hoping there's a heavy or two that I can outplay, but there's not gonna be anyone here. But I am gonna get some good positioning here if they all decide to go hill. And I love that the enemy team did not attempt to go hill and take it with their mediums, because I think it would have been a pretty big loss at the start and the game would have been over instantly. But we're gonna see. I put a shot in the Yag. I'm unspotted because I'm so far away from his view range, and also I think one of the mediums spotted him crossing at the initial start of the game. And what I'm gonna do here is, I'm like pretty hesitant to just cross boldly like this, but I'm gonna commit to it because our team is close to the hill. So I'm gonna type here. Again, I can type and move, but I don't know like if it's the servers or if it's like the new update that I can't type and move at the same time now. But I'm telling these guys to go because I'm literally in their flank, but our teammates make an insane play with me and we get a pretty awesome flank going. And at this point I see a TD and another tank, and they're not pressuring the hill. I mean, our TD is pretty much one shot. He bled so much HP, but the other medium could farm. I don't know why he's not putting some really easy shots while they're turned at us, but again, I'm just here to take the shots so my mediums can put out damage, because they have much more DPM, and I want to be that perfect mouse player for my team, right? I want to take the shots, I want to angle, maybe get some bounces like this on the WZ. And I turned my turret here because, man, we have to kill these TDs here. Maybe we can combo the 183 out of the game. So I put a shot in 183, not caring who's shooting me from the right, because I know I'm gonna die, right? Either from the TDs behind me or the tanks at the hill in front of me. So I just make a play, and if I'm gonna lose HP, I'm gonna lose HP making sure my mediums can clear the hill and their spawn. Again, I think I could have backed off and been a little safer there, so learn from my mistakes. Here I thought my team was gonna win the game. You can skip this part of the gameplay and just hop into the next game because we end up losing it. So I don't want you guys wasting time out of your day for watching my teammates not play the best. There's a bunch of bounces and a bunch of just misplays by my team to end up losing the game, being a tank up and having much more mobility, but that's fine. I mean, you don't get the best teammates. I was actually impressed by the teammates I've had before in the recent battles. I mean, I did have to carry the first 2 games, but overall, I mean, they were pretty good in what they accomplished for me. So I'm trying to tell this guy to just go kill the Yag, because let's say the Sheridan shoots him, the WZ has his attention on the 2 tanks in front of him. So if the WZ turns around, our 2 tanks can kill the WZ. But as you see, the WZ ends up killing the 202 because he overpeaks. And then the 62A ends up not even eliminating the Yag because he bounces him from the back with his kill shot here, and he gets comboed because the Yag doesn't go over and help him out in any way. So it just ends up being really, really bad end game for our team. And then through all of this, our other E4 finally shows his face and flanks towards the right. But yeah, my efforts have been diminished, unfortunately. I thought like that was the best guarantee, like even though I wouldn't have like a crazy high damage game or anything. Like, my HP for the team and some bounces and my positioning would have been more than enough for them to win it with the position they had on the hill. But overall, I mean, I was impressed by our light and medium that flanked with me. I didn't expect that because we had really good positioning. But I ended up still doing top damage, 3.4k, being pretty much one of the first people to get eliminated. Unfortunately, we didn't have the best team, but we'll take it. I was gonna hop in the game, but then I saw that I got the Splinter avatar, and of course I'm gonna rock it. Just gonna equip it here. I was looking for it, like, where the heck was it? And then it was there on my right, because I thought I had to scroll at the bottom. I didn't see it initially. But yeah, we're gonna continue the mouse gameplay. I mean, the mouse can bully every tank at tier 10, except maybe the WZ, TD, the VK, maybe, the VK90, and the 72. And pretty much anything that has equally as good armor as it, or better, it can't do as good against. But if it has more armor than the enemy tank, it has a high chance of winning that matchup, unless they have extreme mobility. So the Achilles heel of the mouse is extreme mobility and insane armor in like face hugs or what have you. This tank doesn't perform that good in face hugs just due to the fact that many tanks are pretty much faster than it, so it can get to the side and side hug it, and it'll be a very hard shot for you to hit if you're side hugged by anything lower than you. So that could be mediums, it could also be like very mobile heavies, and yeah, so you definitely don't want to be taking 1v1s against tanks that are just extremely more mobile than you. If something's more mobile than you, you can just angle it, make sure it doesn't get behind you, use buildings, all that stuff. But if it's that scenario, you don't want to take those 1v1s at all whatsoever. So here, I'm going to try to pressure down. I saw that the E100 got spotted as I turned this corner here, right now. And then I'm like, what spotted him? Is there anything in town? And I'm like, oh, he crossed from the middle, so tanks up top spotted him. So I'm just going here. I think I'm pretty safe, so there's not really much I can do other than pressure, because it seems that most of their team is up on the hill. So I'm just going to non-stop send it to the hill, see if I can get there as fast as possible to help my teammates, because if they're a good team, they're just going to full send the hill, get good positioning, and eliminate our teammates. But here we have a peculiar, super heavy flank, once in a lifetime. You're seeing it live right now, and we'll see if I can definitely put some pressure here on the flank. Because if they turn around to me, right, they're going to get fried by the team in front of them. But if they push, I'm just going to have farm for days. So here you see the gun is so troll. I put a shot in here and it hits the left. Literally the only space where you can't hit anything it goes to. So again, speaking to the mouse gun, that's why I don't like snapshotting in it too much, unless it's something like that where it's like more clear. I don't know, the gun is weird. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So putting a shot there in this WZ, and it shoots to far right. Again, I think it's just a delay that the server had, I'll be completely honest, because my ping is higher than usual. It should be at like the 30 and the 40s, or like the 50s max, but it's like 70, 80, and then like triple digits sometimes. So I think it's definitely a server delay issue or ping issue related to the server that my shots are like going to Narnia. So I put in a shot at the Kron, we combo him with another teammate, and now the Kron's a one shot. I'm gonna put some pressure here. I do want the elimination on the Badgers. I'm just waiting for him to turn, because I don't want to APCR him just due to the fact that he's gonna take it well, and he's gonna survive, and so there's no point in shooting APCR into him. So I'm gonna continue here, putting a shot in the FE. Our team's playing really well. They wanna, like, they literally escaped the push, right? They're so smart, they escaped the push and just waited for the mouse to come in. Here, I'm trying to angle away from the E100, but I couldn't really angle because I was looking at the T30 as well. He could pop out and give me a shot, so I had to pick my poison. So I take one from the E100 and just putting a premium shell into him. Here, I thought I switched to AP already, but you're gonna see I didn't notice to the very end. I thought I switched to AP, but unfortunately it didn't. I could have had more damage to end this game off. And that's where I noticed. Like, I literally had, like, my muscle memory, I thought I, like, instantly already switched to AP because that's what I normally do, but yeah, I guess I failed myself there, but it didn't matter. We got a really good win, and it could have just been a little bit more garbage time damage, I guess, maybe 3,700. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the way my team played compared to the last game, so. I believe this is going to be the last game. This was the worst game of all. I think at this point I was averaging like 4.1, 4.2k damage. But this last game brought it down to like just under 4k, 3.8, 3.9, somewhere along those lines. But it was the last game anyways, and I felt like, I don't know, I played a little too cocky for sure. Too overconfident, and I wasn't playing too aware like I normally was, or normally am playing, like just aware of my surroundings. But anyways, I'll still take you through that game, of course, but if I were you, I'd advise against watching it unless you want to learn how not to play the mouse. You know, the mouse with a new legendary camo is kind of a cheat code because it blends into like the red highlights of the tank that a tank usually has, basically. So just using that to my advantage, it's pretty nice. Because there's one other camo, right? I think it came out like winter one season, or like Christmas actually. It came out around Christmas one season. I don't know if it was with the XM or what, or the year before, but it was like white with like red highlights. That was a cheat code, but then people could just turn off camos, so it wouldn't work at all. But because this is a legendary camo, people don't have the option to turn it off whatsoever, which is funny because I don't know, if like, it doesn't make sense to me, but I definitely take it to my advantage. Here again, I'm not scared. I know they have like so many TDs, but I'm so confident in my angling that like I don't care. I'm just gonna push here. I put in a shot on the 57. I thought it was well aimed, even through the soft cover. Again, I'm angling to the TDs. I'm always at an angle here, and I go down and I keep the same angle as I go down here. So yeah, the 4005 bounced a full clip on me. The 57 bounced a shot. Look, I'm angling so well to this TP that he doesn't even want to shoot me. He just shoots the guy behind me. So I put in a track show, and I'm gonna bully this TP. But you're gonna see that the mouse gun is just so bad. Or if I think it was a combination of the mouse gun not being accurate and the server. So that goes through his tank or under his tank, right? I'm gonna end up angling outside, but I can't really angle this last one here because he tracks me. I can, and another one through his tank or right under him. So 2 shots back to back. This TP should have been dead, but it didn't matter anyways because he didn't put an extra shot on me because the Yak finishes him off. And here is where I make the big misplay, right? So I'm like, you know what? I just bullied the T57, I bullied the TP, and I want to bully this 4005 that's been shooting at me all game. So I'm like, okay, let me take this little 1v1 here. But I got set on fire because I wasn't aware that the Yag was aiming at me, because I looked at him initially and he was looking straight, not from here. So I was like, oh, he's not an aware player, so I'm just gonna push forward a little bit. I don't really care, he's not gonna look at me. But he ends up yeah, shooting me. I got set on fire, no repair kits at the time, so yeah, that backfired pretty big. And yeah, don't do that. Definitely could have just, as soon as I pushed that TP, eliminated him, I didn't have to keep pushing into crossfire. That's what you don't want to do in the mouse, and something I explained early in the gameplay. But again, I think I was just so overconfident. I felt like I could bounce everything. But you definitely can't bounce anything on your side, especially if it's aware of you and you're not aware of it. I just didn't pay attention to him, and I don't know, I thought he wasn't the best player, but he ended up having some brain up there in that noggin. And yeah, that type should definitely play TDs. I misspelled should, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, he should play TDs because he was camping at the 8 cap the entire game. I don't know what he was doing. There's no possible way he had so much farm. But yeah, we had a pretty solid game there to show you how not to play the mouse. But overall, I was satisfied with showing you guys some mouse gameplay. Honestly, this was long awaited. I wanted to show you that Sheridan gameplay, but yeah, it didn't work out. And another gameplay I had with a medium, but yeah, we're gonna start streaming soon, so look out for that. Thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate you. Have a good one.